Friends, we are seeing communities and families across Canada put at risk, unnecessarily. Hi, my name is Glen Motz. I am the Member of Parliament for Medicine Hat, Cardston and Warner, and I'm the Deputy Shadow Critic for Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness. And I want to talk to you about some of the Liberal government's public safety failures. Justin Trudeau has been caught trying to interfere with justice in the SNC-Lavalin scandal and the Vice Admiral Norman travesty. It is a very serious issue when our Prime Minister gets involved in attempts to subvert justice. Liberals are releasing more violent criminals back on our streets. There are more drugs and drug overdoses in our communities. Gangs and gun violence are rising, an increase in organized crime and massive money laundering schemes. And our borders are a mess. And it was only after $1.6 billion had been spent on illegal border crossers that the Liberals even acknowledged that there was a problem. But they still haven't fixed it. We still have temporary border crossings. We still have RCMP and border officers deployed at these crossings. The loophole still remains unresolved, and illegal border crossers are still walking into Canada every single day. More shootings in cities like Toronto are linked to gangs, and gangs are driven by drugs and use illegal guns to protect their turf. A Liberal promise of $500 million for police agencies to fight gangs remains undelivered. Instead of going after gangs, the Liberal government have new rules now for legal law-abiding Canadian firearm owners who already obey the law. Now, with the Liberals demonizing law-abiding Canadians for their own political fortunes, Canadians are understandably angry and fearful what the Liberals could possibly do next. The Liberal reaction to rising crime in rural Canada was to turn their backs on victims. Stories from rural Canadians and crime watch groups were called horrific by a Liberal member of the Public Safety Committee. And yet, what was Liberals' response? A dismissive 3-page report that said, let the provinces deal with it. Shootings in Toronto, as horrific as they are, result in a proposed Liberal gun ban. Increased crime in rural Canada gets ignored. Now that's shameful. Softer criminal sentences, the threats posed by returning ISIS terrorists, increasing gang and gun violence. The list of Liberal failures is long and continues to grow. Trudeau's soft on crime approach won't help with public safety in your community, but it does leave a mess for a new government to try and clean up. You don't have to be Liberal or Conservative to believe that we should protect the innocent, support victims, and ensure that criminals don't continue to victimize Canadians. But the Conservatives are working to ensure that we have a system that supports hardworking and honest Canadians, holds criminals accountable, and ends the revolving door of justice, and helps those who have been victims of crime get past that victimization. I hope that we can all agree that on public safety, the Liberals are just not as advertised.